Into the end zone for a touchback. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Good for a Colt 1st down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish him off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Luck. Keeps himself upright. Steps away. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him for a loss of 4. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. From the gun, here's Luck. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to... Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick. And not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So the penalty certainly helps him out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Colts pick it up. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 in excellent field position here. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded at the 2. And he gets him set up near midfield for the moment. But with that penalty marker down, I don't know if it's going to hold. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Mack. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Love. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Watson now on second down. He'll buy some time right. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be out right at the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, it's Long. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught. A big play there for Indy. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll run it with Mack. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
He'll get it up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Now a carry from Mack, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Just going to want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Faking the give. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Throwing on third down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing is Love. He's going to fire this thing deep right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mack on the toss. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. They'll run with Mack. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A shotgun snap for Love. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
That goes for a gain of 31.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Watson to throw on third down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So a run by Mack to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he hits his man, Matthews. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big conversion on 3rd for the Colts. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Mack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to throw, Love. Strong grabs it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's Love. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Let it roll, let it roll.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
To throw on second is Watson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Watson now to throw, going deep for Hopkins. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Watson eluding the pressure right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Texans are in for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines, but the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
staying on the ground with Mack. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing on third down, Luck. Ebron caught left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Miller. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Texans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation. Allows him to get home.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Luck. Going deep here for Matthews. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to the air, Luck on second down. Forced out to his left. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. 12 more yards there and another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Luck. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. Luck again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jordan Matthews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the fourth. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Smith catches left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come back, come back. Tiger. Come back, come back. Come back. Come on, let's go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
Richmond. Come back, come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there, 87 yards, and the Colts add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd and 10, Watson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll give him a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Tiger.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Colts pick it up. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Locke. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now a toss play. This is Mack. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's Watson now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 63 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Watson now to throw. Underneath for Miller. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So luck down to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. And that kneeled down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Colts, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man Slim